Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel and to today's video. This one's been inspired by Amy Loves Makeup. I'll leave her video linked down below, but I watched her video yesterday all about springtime palettes that you might have in your collection that you've kind of forgotten about, and she talked about 7 palettes, and it really got me to thinking about some of the palettes that I've got in my collection. Now she covered spring, I'm going to be covering a bit more kind of going into summer and brights and things like that, so there's no point in duplicating what she's got there because she's got quite a lot of the same suggestions in that video. But it has made me pull out a couple of the palettes that she suggested, which were pastel palettes, which I'm going to use again very soon. As I say, these are going to be very colourful palettes that are in my collection. So not specifically rainbow palettes. Some of them are rainbow, some of them are really bright and neon. But I've got 12 palettes to share with you that are favourites in my collection. I say that, one of them I've never used at all, but I know I'm going to like it. It's from one of my favourite brands. The rest of them are pretty much favourites, and they cover a multitude of different budgets, different size palettes, so there's something here for everybody, and I think you've probably got some of these in your collection, and it just might inspire you to pick them up and have a bit of a creative play with them, particularly now that we're in lockdown. I think bright and sunny and happy colours are kind of what I want to play with, so hopefully you guys are feeling the same. So without further ado, I'm going to kick off. I'm going to show you the first of my selections. And I don't think it will come as any surprise to those of you that have been with me for some time, but I haven't talked about this palette for a long time. So it's this one, the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival palette. I've got the original. There was a revamp of the palette with more shades in and more highlight shades in. This is the one that I have. I absolutely adore this palette. You've got all the neutrals in there, but I've pulled it out just more for the colours. It's got some really beautiful neon-y kind of peachy shades there. Some beautiful blues and greens, a really nice hot spicy orange and yellow. So it's a perfect option to pull out to get creative with. And as I say, it's got some highlights that you can use as well to brighten up the look. But really I've got this out mainly just to show you for all the colourful shades that are in it. And the formula is absolutely bomb on this. It's fantastic. I will play with this again fairly soon because I know some of you are probably new and haven't seen me ever create a look with this. There is some looks going back very early on in my channel. Probably I'd cringe to watch them now, so I think I should refilm a tutorial with this one. So if you guys would like to see that, then drop a carnival emoji down in the comments. There must be something carnival like clown or something. But there you go. This is my first pick for the palettes that I would recommend to be creative with for summertime. Next up, I've got a couple of palettes by Dubious Place. I can't decide which one I like more really, so I've got them both. So this one's the Zulu palette, and if you're not familiar, these are the shades. The only one I'm not a fan of is the brown. I think everybody that owns this palette doesn't like the brown, but it's got some really nice shades in here, really bright, vivid. You can create some stunning looks with this palette. It's only got 3 shimmers, the rest are matte. So I've brought in another one as well, which is by Dubious, so that you can, if you've got them both, maybe pair them together, which is something I've never done and I feel like I should do very soon. And the one I'm talking about is the Warrior 3, which I've done a first impressions on and never used since. Isn't that terrible? So I think this one hasn't got too many shimmers in it. It's got a lot of colourful mattes, but I think some of the colourful mattes that are in here are sort of opposite to the shimmers that are in the other one. So you've got a nice green matte here, for example, that would go really nicely with the green shimmer that's in the Zulu. And then you've got some blue and grey kind of mattes that would also give you a lot more scope. So I think although they're both rainbow palettes, if you own them both, combining them will give you a lot more options. And if you've only got one of them, then it's a really good quality formula that you're getting from Dubious Place. I mean, I picked this one up I think for $12. I got this one off the US site because it takes forever for Beautybay to get them on their site, and I can never wait. And I think I paid £20 for the Zulu on Beautybay site, but that was a long time ago. So haven't played with this one nearly enough, and I've never combined it with the Zulu. So going to be doing that very soon. Okay, on a bit more of an affordable side, and talking about Beautybay, I've got the Everything You Need Bright palette, so the small one. They do these palettes in all sorts of sizes. This one's a 9-pan. And if you're looking to splurge on something without spending too much money, you know, we're in lockdown, we can't afford to buy anything. And if you don't have this palette, it's only £6.50. And it's got some amazing shades in it. Really, really beautiful, like a raspberry sort of tone in there. I remember liking that one a lot. There's a beautiful green shimmer that I paired it with when I used this. It's got a couple of nice purples, probably quite similar to one another really though, but for the price, the quality is incredible. So if you have this one or the bigger ones of the Beautybay palettes in your collection, why not dig them out and have a play with them as we approach sort of spring come summertime? I think you would really enjoy them. Another indie palette that hasn't had nearly the amount of use that it should do in my collection is the Hasina by Blush Tribe. This is a beautiful colour story. This one would transition you from spring to summer. One of the best things about this palette is for every matte you've got a corresponding shimmer. So like this salmony pink, you've got a shimmer for that, etc, etc. So you've got lots of different options, but it's easy. So you know, you could just pretty much run the matte through your crease, the shimmer on your lid, and you're ready to go. So this is my top tip if you're looking for something that's easy to work with, that you can create a stunning look with, but perhaps you just don't want to spend the time, then I think it's ideal for that. But you've got all sorts of colours in here, and it is a rainbow palette I would say, but the tones are really special. Like that lilac-y tone is gorgeous. There's some really, really nice colours in this palette, and a lot you can do with it. Blush Tribe have got a sale on their site at the moment. They're selling off the remaining palettes that they have. I don't know if they have this one, but as I say, this one is a bit of an older one, but if you own it, it's definitely bright and happy and would create some beautiful summer looks. The sister brand to Blush Tribe is Certify, and they've got an excellent palette for summer, and I would say this is one of my favourite rainbow palettes in my collection. So this one's the Tropical Wonders. It's an all matte palette, so if you like your matte shades, it's got pretty much everything you're ever going to need. It's a great one-stop as well, because some of these other palettes I've shown you don't have this. It's got a black, it's got a white, it's got a grey, but it's got all of the rainbow shades, and they're an amazing formula as well. So as I say, you can create some stunning looks with this one. I've used this one quite a lot, but never on my channel. So used to use this one a lot when I first got it, and I posted a few pictures on Instagram that are probably still there from when I got it, but not played with it nearly enough. As I say, the formula is really, really good on this one. A newer palette to my collection that I was very excited to own, because if you know me, you'll know that this is a really special brand to my heart and kind of launched my channel for me, and I've been into this brand forever, and that's Urban Decay and the Wired palette. So that's the shades inside, super bright and colourful and pretty. If you haven't got this one, you might still have the electric kicking around in your collection. I've got both in my collection, and I think I like the electric slightly more, if I'm honest with you, but this one is really, really good, really nice pigmentation in the shades. I had no troubles with it. I did a very bright, colourful, but kind of gothy look as my first impressions with this one. You can take it in lots of different directions. You've even got some shades that you could, if you went in sparingly, use as blush as well. So really, really nice palette, nice quality, and easy to obtain. I think, you know, whatever country you're in, you're likely to be able to find Urban Decay without paying shipping and taxes, etc. So that one is the Wired palette. Back to the drugstore, and a brand that I absolutely adore. I love everything they stand for with this collection. Done multiple videos on these, but this is the Wildlife palette by Barry M. If you're looking for a colourful palette in the drugstore and you don't have much of a budget to spend, these are $7.99, and the quality rivals quite a lot of the high-end or indie brands that I have. There's a mirror in the palette, they're the shades, and it's a slightly unusual colour story, I think. It's not your typical rainbow kind of palette. The colours are slightly off, like say that green for example is like a sort of tealy green, and had a really good time working with this palette. It's so pigmented, so easy to blend, super cute. You've got all the paw prints in the pans, and if you decide to buy it, and I'm not saying that anyone should be buying anything right now with what's going on, but if you decide to, 20% of the proceeds go to the David Shepherd Wildlife Foundation to prevent animal trafficking and, you know, just to help animals from the wild. So this one is the Pangolin palette. But they have 4 different palettes in the range, but this is the bright colourful one, and probably the one that speaks to my heart the most because obviously I love my colourful shades. Right, going on to the palette that I'm ashamed to say I've not used, and I don't even know why, but it's still in here because I think it's a beautiful colour story, and it's the Radioactive by Melt. So if you guys have been watching my channel recently, I've been obsessed with Melt. I've done so many Melt videos and I've just never got around to using this. I think I bought it a little bit too late, kind of bought it at the end of summer, and then I wasn't into the vibe of these colours. But this one's going to be a staple for me in the coming months because the shades are gorgeous. It's the colours out of the Radioactive stack and 4 more colours, so they were the extra colours there. And I just can't wait to combine that tealy coloured green with that purple. I just think that's going to look gorgeous. But again, super bright, super neon, just a beautiful colour story. Can't wait to dip into that one. So if you guys have this one, I'd love to know what kind of looks you've done with it and whether you have this one in your collection actually. But I think it's an excellent palette for spring into summer looks. If you're looking for something really neon, another excellent option is the Kaleidos Makeup VR Neon palette. So that's the shades in the palette. This one's here for me because of the red and also those really sparkly topper shades. I just thought, for me, I really need to play with this more. I've done one look with it, I think, and definitely going to be using this in the months to come. I think I'm going to put this in my summer shop my stash and try to create as many looks as possible just with those shades that are there because they're super inspiring. You've got all of the bright neon shades that you might be looking for and some super sparkly inner corner shades or topper shades. And the quality of Kaleidos palettes are just excellent. I love their shimmer formula and their matte formula. Packaging is beautiful as well. So if you have this one in your collection, dig it out, get creative with it. So on to what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I'm filming a multiple looks video with this palette right now, so I'm forming my opinions on it, but it's the Super Beauty Hyper Colour palette. This one I bought from Beautybay. It was £29 I think. Don't think too many of you have it, but if anyone's got it, I'd love to know if you do. It's got some UV glow shades here, so you're definitely going to be kind of having a party. Who needs to go out? You can just be bright and neon and UV in your own home if you want to. And I've definitely proved it today. These colours really go together. You've got some UV shades here, you've got some mattes here. These 4 shades here are all sparkly topper shades and they're so stunning. And I picked this one out because in the summer it's really going to catch the light, that sort of glitter on your eyes, and just, you know, even if you're sitting out in your garden, you're just going to have some sparkle that's going to come off of these. But only having 8 matte shades really and 4 toppers, there's a lot you can do with this palette. So if you've got it, I think it's an excellent option for summer. And these palettes weren't in any order, but I would say my top tip of a palette that I think a lot of people own for summer, and it won't come as any surprise I don't think, is this one. So the Jawbreaker by Jeffree Star came out last summer, of course. Oh my word, there's so many good colours in this. This one again will take you from spring looks with all the pastels right through into summer, and I think that's what makes it so special really. But they're the shades, I'm sure you've seen them before, it's been all over YouTube last year. But you've got all of these really beautiful candy pastel shades, you've got some deep grungy sort of shades, and you've got all the brights and neon shades that you might ever want in a range of different finishes as well. So this one is probably my favourite palette with bright shades in of all time, and if you own it, I think you should drag this one out and start creating a lot more looks with it. I'm certainly going to do that. I'm going to film a multiple looks video with this one over the summer, I never got around to doing it last year, and now being at home a lot more because of lockdown, I've got more time and I'm eager to do it. I've done a few videos which you'll find on my channel using it. I've done a face-off collaboration with a couple of friends of mine, and I've done a first impressions, but never really delved into all the different looks that it could do. So eager to do that, and I think it's an excellent palette for spring summer. So that's my pick, guys, from my collection, Shopping My Stash. That's my 12 that I would be looking to use in summer, that have either got pastels that take you from spring into summer, or neon brights, or glittery toppers, all the sort of things that I think about when I'm thinking of summertime makeup. I'd love to know what you guys have got in your collection that you're going to be digging out and getting creative with this summer. Because as I say, a lot of us are going to be shopping our stash, using products we already own. I'd just love to know what products that you would, you know, what's the one thing that you're really looking forward to playing with again as summertime starts to approach. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, guys. Thank you for doing so. And if you stayed all the way to the end, then drop a rainbow emoji down in the comments. That would be lovely to see. If you're not subscribed already, I do lots of colourful makeup, some neutral makeup. I do haul videos, not so much these days. Now we're in the situation we're in, but I have done a lot of those in the past. There's a lot to enjoy still on my channel, and lots of creative, colourful looks as well. And with such a lovely community down in the comments, you'll often find other people commenting on your comment and helping you out if you've got a question or whatever. And I try to answer as many comments in a personal way as I can, because I really do appreciate anyone that does subscribe and take the time to watch. So thank you so much, as I say, for watching this video, and I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are. I hope you're keeping safe and well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.